Hello, everyone, and welcome to our June 3rd edition of the localization meeting. Um, I we have a kind of full agenda for today, so I can dive right in. Let me start by sharing my screen. I have um, um, so I have a new Zoom going on, and it's being not showing me the right window. Um,
May I
Let me
share my
try.
screen?
Yeah, so if you could share, sorry, it's being very weird, so sorry for that. Just share the agenda.
So can you check the share screen?
Yes, it looks good. Thank you. So the first item we have on the list is that the Bengali localization is now live. Yay, congratulations to the whole team. I know that was a lot of work. And they really wanted to go live for an event that was happening for them. So that's really awesome that they went live. And I know Sokodi did a lot of work to help them with that. So thank you so much. Um, there you have a couple of retrospective points added to the agenda there. Did you host a retrospective with them, or is this just what you thought during the launch process?
I didn't post the retrospective point.
Okay,
I
cool.
just wrote this issue since I thought we should share how the Bengali team's work has been merged and some enhancement points during the procedure. So I like to share those points. And as you remember, this one is a PR to merge Bengali development branch, this one, into main branch. So most of contents are very fine for me. So my review is here, I guess. This one I have checked the several configuration related files since I cannot review the Bengali itself. And it then looks good to me, but I had some concern about the committee story for the branch. And from this PR, we have included more than 900 commits from this PR. But as you can see, there's not that much PR. I mean, 250, and there are more files. And I thought it is quite too many commits. So I suggested to squash those four commits into one for this PR. But since we faced some time limited, situation, so or most of SIG docs lead agreed to merge this PR, considering the Bengali localization team faced a local event. I guess it was KCD for Bengali. So we agreed to accept a bit more commit from here. During this PR, I have observed the previous localizations PRs to make their work live, first live. So status is like this: 67 commit, 3 commit, 35, and like this. But I think this Bengali localization is the first localization effort that applied our latest localization guideline. that requires many minimal requirement. So we can think there's too many commits, but from the for the next targeting localization team, I would suggest we should maintain the commit history for the development branch as well, so that the final PR to make all the localization work life can be very uh, uh, neatly maintained. So this is some retrospective points for the Bengali localization. So I think the next localization effort or new localization team is Arabic. So we currently maintaining, uh, maintaining the issues to make Arabic live. We have umbrella issue, and Arabic team is very quickly fulfilling those steps. But currently, they faced an issue, this one, and it is also issue related with branches, development branch, and how to update. Currently, Arabic team is I guess they are facing update this development branch for Arabic uh, to make that branch is up to date compared to the latest main branch. So as you can see, uh, the contributor tried to add all the latest work in main branch. As you can see, there are more than 3,000 commits here. They are from the main branch. So once this PR has been merged, this development branch will be updated. But currently, this PR cannot be merged because several commits here in main branch did not pass the easy sharing. I think those commits are from the Bengali localization branch. That's why I'm handling these two issues altogether. So I think those unnecessary and redundant commits are from the Bengali development branch. Also, I guess they sometimes use the GitHub GUI to merge, apply, uh, review suggest uh, review suggest GUI in the GitHub to apply the review. Historically, we Kubernetes GitHub organization does not allow using the merge or apply the changes from the review button from the GitHub. We don't use it where instead we use the pro command, LGPM and pro approve. Since in the development branch for each localization team, we tend to not take care of the localization development branch. I guess that's the reason why I couldn't care how they have been uh, merged with their PRs into the development branch. So I think we should somewhere guide not to using the GitHub GUI. I mean, uh, merge button or accept uh, accept review comment. Those GUI should not be used by the contributors or any localization approvers. So my suggestion is to update those things and also uh, resolving the not shared commit. I'm not sure how to resolve it, but to make Arabic on stage, we should resolve this issue. So that's all from my side. And do you have any question or comment or providing ideas for that?
I just want to make sure I understand. You're saying the issue is coming in when um, maintainers do the accept on suggestions that are made in the GitHub UI,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
not okay.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. So here, if we make some changes, oh, no, let me find those on example. It's slow because I
Yeah.
opened it here that has too many files. Sorry. Okay. For instance, we make a suggestion using this one, and if I make if I really made this suggestion,
hmm
uh, people may check this one, commit suggestion. If we
hmm
click this button by some other folks, then I guess the contributor uh, contributor sign can be mixed. I am author of this change, but the uh, committer can be changed by this button.
Okay.
I think it is kind of bug from the GitHub or not.
Yeah, I just
Anyway,
if I just want thank you for walking me through that a little bit more. I was uh I just want to see if this is something we should bring to the larger group, because if this is something they're like, this doesn't feel like something it be happening on just localization teams, but maybe in other places too, that it might be an issue that we need to talk about a little bit more. And that is, do you think that that's the case, or is it specifically happening on localization teams when people are doing large PRs or large whatever?
okay, yeah. Uh, uh, but I'm guessing the issue is from
Okay.
that, yeah,
Okay. I
not
see.
quite sure. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay. And then, yeah, I think that, yeah, Ralph, sorry. Do you have a question?
No, go ahead, Abby. What were you going to
I
say?
just was thinking if that's what we think, maybe it might be worth putting together an issue to talk about it a little bit more, and then we can bring it to the broader community to ask for feedback. Because this is an issue we'd like to see be resolved, and however it is that we can get it to be resolved would be great. Whatever recommendation we have, once we figure out what the root of the issue is, So I guess that would be my next suggestion would be to start an issue if you haven't already. I'm not sure if you have.
So,
Also, yeah, we have this kind of
yes.
GUI. I can click, if I click this one, then we will pass the pro, but we don't recommend. And if there's no special occasion, we don't use it. But sometimes new contributors, also new contributors in new language localization team
Mhm.
may not know this button is not used in the Kubernetes and Kubernetes website. That's the issue.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ralph. I
No,
knew you
no,
had a
that's
point
fine.
too.
Oh, I just was wondering, I see that in the GitHub settings, you can enable squash merge, which Silko, you were just showing us. I wonder if there's some way to require squashing all, any PR before it can be merged should squash down to one. If one could just toggle a setting and require that squashing, that would be ideal, because then you wouldn't have to rely on training and, reminding people and stuff like that. I don't know if it exists. It's just a question.
There is, by convention, there is the recommendation that we squish everything down, and then there is a prow command that you can do um, that it will do that for you, do all the squishes for you.
Right.
I think it's just like a squish. I don't remember the exact command,
Yeah.
but that is by convention we want everything to be squished down before we merge in, and then it is by exception usually only
Mhm.
if we need to not if we want to expedite something without slowing it up. But most reviewers will ask people within a PR before it gets approved that everything gets pushed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, I guess my point is to the extent that we can automate it and not rely on people to remember, or that would be ideal. Yeah.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah, thanks, Ralph. And uh, I remember maybe 3 or 4 years ago we have discussed these issues, and requesting the commit, squashing commit uh, is just convention for our repository, but it is not mandatory. If you think commit in a PR is required and very meaningful, if there's many multiple commit, meaningful PR commit inside a PR, we love to include those commits. But if there's too many meaningless commits, then we should squash those PRs, because the Kubernetes website repository has lots of commits, and we are very large community that has the new, very large contributors. So that's the reason why we try to manage the commits for our repository, and we definitely need important commits, even though it is they are from just one PR. So that's the reason why we don't automate or enforce the one commit for one PR. Is it acceptable to you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe a different approach would be to automatically flag any PR that has more than, let's say, 10 commits for a review. Um, and, really maybe even give an automated message saying, we notice this PR has many commits. Please consider squashing, something like that. And it would show up as a comment in the bottom of the pull request. That might be another approach. If that's not available as a setting, I know you could probably create a pipeline that would do that for you.
That's nice approach and uh, nice idea. Mm, I'm not sure how to um, align the policy, but yeah, maybe we can try to find right place and right tone to guide again to the new contributors or new uh, maintainers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think Soko, I think thank you for bringing this up. I think this is an important uh, thing to call out so that we are able to resolve it a little bit more ahead of when people are trying to get their final merge to launch issue and with a little bit more runway. So I think if you're able to create an issue that talks about this a little bit more in the repo, and then if we can maybe also do a issue PR to update this or flag it a little bit in our current localization guide, just so we remember going forward that it's like, you know, a tip that this is maybe something to think about as people get closer to launching. Um, might give people a little more of a heads up that it could happen when they create their final, you know, PR. Um, and then with talking about doing any type of automation for squishing or policy changes, that would impact all of SIG docs. So this is something we'd have to obviously talk to the rest of them at the rest of the community meeting and see um, what can be done, if anything, and then if anything should be done to help. But yeah, thank you for raising this issue. And if we don't have anything else, we can kind of move on. So we're in a good spot.
One additional mentioning that comment in case of the uh, main branch for English PRs, since the reviewers and approvers are very uh, experienced, so they can handle the commit squashing and PR very well. But since uh, reviewers and approvers in a new localization team, they are relatively not experienced. That's the reason why they are hard to manage the commit histories. I just wanted to clarify this is not that important to the English PIs. It is applicable to the new localization teams and localization teams PIs. I actually hope to share it to the Arabic team since they are now that in the similar uh, pace. So I'd like to share it to Arabic team. So, yes, sir.
Great, thank you. So I forgot to do something at the beginning of the meeting, which was kick off the meeting by saying I did a welcome and I said the date, but I forgot the whole other bit that as we are a part of the Kubernetes community, we are subjected to following the code of conduct, which boils down to be excellent to one another as we go through our agenda and chat along. And I also see we have some new faces on the call, and that's another thing I forgot to do at the beginning of the meeting. And that is welcome new contributors. So if you would like to introduce yourself, and I know we were in the chat a little bit, so if you have a question, we can kind of jump into that while you're here.
Well, thank you very much. So good morning, good afternoon, depending of your time zone. My name is Benoit Dicard, but you can call me Ben. It's easier. And I'm I'm trying to understand the rope, to collaborate, on this nice projects. So I read stuff, then I created an issues related, to a blog post because I thought that translating a blog post will be the faster way to fail fast, to understand, what works, what does not. So uh, is there a way I can just send you, okay, maybe just by sharing, I will be able to, in chat, I will be able to give you the issue numbers. Here it is. So I created the issues and I did everything that I can on my own, but then I was stuck at triage.
Do you mean to like accept the issue?
Yes, because
Yeah.
I thought that there was no point to start working on this if that was not accepted,
Yeah, so that is actually a good point. I am not sure how specific localization teams accept triage. Do you do a lot of that, Soko, within the Korean team for accepting um, issues?
Yeah, sure. Korean team try to check uh, Korean labeled issues, and uh, when we accept the triage, we check duplication, whether the proposed new document, localization document, already exists, or another contributor are working on that issue. So uh, for the Korean issues, we do that, and I guess French, some contributors who are members in French localization team would be better to check uh, this issue, and I guess they have their own convention on the accepting triage.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Have you been able to be in contact with anyone on the French localization team about how they accept issues? It's usually some you have to have certain repo permissions in order to add the triage accepted label. So that's why if you have been trying on your own, you maybe are not able to do that.
No,
So
I
people
understand
who
that. I
are
was just did not understand the process to move on. Was I supposed to write a post, in the Slack channel? Was I supposed to then that's how that's why I'm on the call right now, just to better understand.
yeah, I
Get
would definitely recommend reaching out within the French channel and seeing what work what people on the team are working on right now. They might have other areas that they might need more help with in general, related to what the French team that they've already maybe prioritized. I would say if you are very passionate about contributing content, I think that it would be probably welcome in the area that you're looking to add it. But it will probably be really beneficial to reach out to that team and see if there's anyone working on it. If you don't hear back from anyone, you can also reach out in the SIG Docs localization channel to get a little bit more support from the localization community in general. But yeah, I would try to reach out to the French team and see if they have anything prioritized of work that they would like to see done with the translation. And they might have a few issues already opened within the repo with the French label of things that they're working on. And if not, as you see, Circle's kind of showing there's not as many of them. Then I would just say work on the things that you'd like to work on, but try to contact someone on the team first, and then we can if you're not getting a response back, please reach out again in the localization channel, which I can share a link to in the Slack channel or in the Zoom chat, and we can kind of help work with you more after that.
Well, thank
Does
you
that
very
answer your
much.
question? Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
is it the right approach to start with something small and then before you
Yeah,
go to
it can be
something
for
to
sure. Yeah, to help you get yourself familiarized with the process, versus getting yourself into a PR with 30 plus pages that could be very daunting. So I would definitely recommend starting small until you feel comfortable with the process, and then you can take on bigger things. Um, yeah,
well, thanks for your times and the nice answers.
yeah, Yeah, anytime we're around a lot in Slack, and there's a ton of people uh in all time zones. So hopefully if you have more questions, please reach out and welcome. I'm excited to see the work you're going to be doing.
Thank you.
Ben, and also I recommend you to check existing French issues and the previous pull request. Then I think you can easily follow the uh, conventions from the French teams. There are histories, and you can easily check by label, language. Uh,
FR.
Here you can see the open issues and closed one, also the PRs. And if you see the PRs, you would find uh, who can merge, who can review your PRs and merge.
Great tips.
Yeah. So if you want to pay, then you can follow the conventions. So sometimes our localization team sometimes not too active. They are so busy, so sometimes the response can be slower. So if you face that kind of situation, then please share it to the localization subgroup channel so that we can somehow promote uh, the new contributors for the localization team. Okay. I guess we can go to the next issue.
Yes, I think that is the new approvers and reviewers for the Hindi localization. That's the next one. All right. Yeah, so this is great to see they've been adding a few reviewers and approvers. I believe they've already been added, right? That's I think it's all closed. So yeah, so congratulations to the folks who've been added, and Satish and I'm not sure if it's Anuba, I believe. And so thank you for that. The next item is yeah, so this has been a long running thing that I chat about a lot. Analytics for the website. Google Analytics is what we use to track people using the website. Um, and we have some historical information that is being removed because it was handled in Universal Analytics, which Google is now sunsetting. So in order to preserve some of that information, I'm adding in CSV files of just historical data about the website. We have new data from 2022, but so this is anything previous to that. If any localization team has any reason or any need for any type of report or information about their pages from before, I think it's August of 2022, please reach out in this PR. I just wanted to raise it in case there are things. This is all looking backwards, but it will be deleted. They've been saying that they will be deleted for the past year, so the date kind of keeps moving. But so far, it's set for I believe in July that they're going to start removing this old data. So I just wanted to raise it in case there was something that people really wanted to preserve. Otherwise, new data is still going to be up on our current analytics dashboard that's on the website. So this is just a quick reminder, and to reach out if there's anything up there that you want to save forever in GitHub. can go. Did anyone have any questions there? Otherwise, we can kind of go to our last item, which is kind of another informational update. So we added in a requirement for people who are interested in helping to test our localization translation management tools that folks who volunteer as testers should be a org member. And that's just to make sure everyone involved in the testing has able to get the right permissions, and that we have people who are testing who are kind of already familiar a bit with our processes. And Ralph, I see your hand raised.
This is a follow-up item. After we're done with this, I just have one question.
Okay. Yep, so I just wanted to raise that. Still working on finalizing the testers for this thing. I will admit I had some things happen and I have not been paying attention to this issue as much as I had hoped for. But that is a new requirement, and the plan is to still move forward with the testing. We just need to make sure we have enough people to do it, and then actually set up more of the time framework for getting it done. And that's all that I had. So Ralph, if you had your follow-up item.
That's okay. You just answered the question.
Oh, okay. Great. Yeah, so again, if this is a personal passion project of yours and you're listening along and you want to know more, reach out, and we could definitely we could use a lot of help. This is a big undertaking to do the testing and to get feedback on how it can be implemented and if it can be implemented, and should it can be implemented within the community. And that is all that I had on the agenda. Last reminder, the next meeting will be the first Monday of next month, which should be July 1st. So looking forward to seeing you all there. Does anyone have any other items that they'd like to preserve forever on the YouTube recording? Okay, if not, then I look forward to seeing you all online, and please reach out if you have questions, and thank you very much for attending. Have a good rest of your morning, evening, night, day, whatever it is for you.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.